maybe. So that opens that up, but of course then it opens these two ends up as well. So I am just going to run a small bead of glue, I hope, down this edge, and I'm going to close this back up. I'm not going to worry about that middle one because it's going to get closed up with the paper that I'm going to put over it. So there we go. And now I want these two to be pockets from the outside. And you're probably saying, why didn't you just glue them differently to use these pockets? Well, because I didn't think about that until just now. So, small sliver off of that. And a small sliver off of that one. Excuse me. Alright. So, that leaves me side load pocket, and then this is going to be a top load pocket. So, I guess we could go ahead and cover our pockets on the inside. So, we'll use that one, this one, and this one. Alright. So, the other day, I was watching a video, and I want to say it was Mimi from Mimi Made It. And they were saying that if you want to make sure you have a true, like this is 6x6, but it would work with 8x8, 12x12, to make sure instead of cutting at the line here that they provide you, that you actually put your paper on the 6-inch mark and then trim it. Because they do make mistakes, and this measurement isn't always the same. I did not know that. So, I thought, well, that's good advice. I'm going to take it, and I will pass it along in case somebody else needed to hear that. Alright. So, my layout. I want this one over here, I think. I think we'll go, ooh, I like that tree, so I want to make sure I cut that this way. So now this paper is actually just perfect to leave a border all the way around. And it's not going to give us any problems when I glue here of it being open too much. Alright, so I'm going to cut that one on this side because I want to keep those flowers. Oh, oops, I think I just cut that crooked. I did. It's okay, it's straight now. So, I'm going to have a little bit of a border all the way around the paper. Super cute. And I still think that's crooked. Whew, that was my speaker kicking off. Scared me to death. Alright, so kind of eyeballing this. I'm going to put glue on here, but I want to make sure that I don't get too close to the edge so that I don't have glue hanging out. And then I am going to take and put a bead of glue, oops, down this edge here. Because I don't want to glue here and end up sewing up my pocket. Okay. There we go. I moved it, so it's the one good thing about Beacon's Fabri-Tac glue is it just rubs right off. There we go. So that's going to seal that down there. It's going to give us a little hidden pocket here. Perfect. Okay, now this one is going to be our top load. Let me look and see what other. It even has some cut aparts here. Very pretty paper. Okay, actually, yeah, I want this one. This one's going to go really well with that one. And those are pretty little daisies. That one's pretty. It could go into an all pink. Pink or yellow? Let's go yellow. Actually, I think I'll stick with that one. Alright, so let's trim this one down. Okay. And then we want this cut about right there, I think. Because like I said, I really don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just playing around. I knew I wanted to craft, but I didn't want to start, you know, too big of a project. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to put glue on this flap. Try not to get too close to the edge. Like that. Okay, and then I'm going to run a bead of glue down this side. Nope, wrong side. Need to run a bead of glue down this side. Okay. And then kind of center it to where I have a border all the way around about the same length. Alright, and then that gives us our top load pocket here. Oh, well, if you glue it properly, it will give you your top load pocket. Let's try that again. I just forgot to glue the black part of the envelope up here. So, there we go. So, is that going to work out? I think that's going to work out. Yeah. Alright. Quit messing with it. We'll let that dry. Alright, and then this one, the cute little birdies. Okay. Mark it right there. Alright, and we want to make sure we're putting glue on this edge. Try not to get too close to them edges there. Okay, glue down this side. There we go. And make sure we're leaving a nice little border. Perfect. Alright. And then that gives us our little hidden pocket right there. Alright, so now we need to think about a closure. Do we want to just use a Velcro? Or do we want to put a ribbon on it? I think I'll use Velcro. Actually, no, I think a ribbon will be pretty. All right. Oops, making a mess. All right. Grab my seed binding. I order most of my seam binding, or I think that's what it's called. I order from Pam over at Silver and Sparkles. She sells it on her Etsy. So I will leave a link in the description box below for her Etsy shop if you are interested. But I want to pick what I want on the front cover, which I like that house. It's like poplar trees. I think that's what it is. Or tulip trees that have the real pretty red blooms on it, or pink blooms in the spring. That one's cute. Or this one. Okay. So, which one? The birdie on the swing, which I really, really like. Or the old farmhouse, which I really, really like. Let's go old farmhouse. All right, I'm going to cut that off. Trim it down to the 6x6, and then let's pick, that's kind of purplish. That is perfect. All right, that wasn't hard to choose. So normally I would just wrap my seam binding all the way around like this, glue it. But I think I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to glue a piece to the front here and a piece to the back here. So that way I'm not being wasteful. So maybe about that long, maybe. And then I will double that. Find some scissors here. Perfect. And see, now I have plenty left for another project. All right, so fold that in half. Maybe if I can get my hands to cooperate here. And cut that. So now I am just going to eyeball this about center. And put a little bit of glue. And I'm going to go in probably a good 1.5 inches here so that I make sure it does not come off. Okay, make sure it gets tacked down pretty good. I think this would be a cute little tie. There it is. There. Okay. So now we want it on the back side in about the same location. Put some glue here. With it being wrinkled, it's hard to get it flattened out. Okay. Let's see. Yep, it's pretty good. That's about the same length. And we can always trim it down later if we need to. Go ahead and get this back tacked down. Okay, there we go. All right, and now measure my paper here. Get a good little border. There is a cute little duck right there that is going to be cut off. And he's so cute. Okay, and I'll keep those pieces. We can make a tag or something out of them at a later time. Yeah, that's going to be pretty. Well, come on, glue. Get down there. Normally, if I keep my bottle full, it doesn't take forever to get the glue to come down. Okay. There we go. Rub that off. There we go. That is so cute. All right, back cover. Meadow path. I like that one. Ooh, I like this tree here. And we would still get the meadow path. Perfect. All right, so line it up. I'm going to cut it on this side. Okay. Yeah. I think that'll be fine, because if I trim that anymore, it's going to cut that little sign off that says Meadow Path, and I don't want to do that. It's just not as thick of a border as it was on the front. But I think it will be just fine. Nobody's going to know. There we go. Oh yeah, that is so super cute. And then it'll tie just like that. And this will be great down in a journal pocket. Or even just a quick little gift. Okay, so we have a pocket here. Make sure I didn't mess up my pockets. And we have a pocket here too, so, or, well, we did. Are you kidding me? Looky there. Look what I did. I am so silly. Okay, so we do not have that's glued right, and it's supposed to go like that and like that. I just glued my papers here wrong, and looky there, it's coming right off. Okay, this one, There we go. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. It goes, nope, it goes like this. This should be our pocket. Yep. Okay. So fold like that, like that. There we go. Front cover. That is this one. And I'm just staying where the glue already was previously so that I don't get it on my border. All right. So let's try this again. No big deal. I caught it before the glue tacked really well. Oh, now I'm second guessing everything I do. Okay. Maybe I should have like chaos somewhere in my name. Because I do like to cause chaos when I'm crafting. Pulling that up just a little bit. There we go. I mean, I've sewn signatures in upside down. I decorated, I was decorating my Bible that was old and the cover was falling apart. So I redid the cover on my Bible and I glued my front to the back and had to redo that. So, okay, front, pocket, there's a pocket here, and now we have our top load pocket there. And we have the back. All on correctly now. Okay. So now we need our inside cover, which I think is going to be this cute little bird on a swing. Because I like the birds. And then again, there's a little duck down here that, guess what? It's going to get cut off. Oh, hang on. Let's trim 6 by 6. And now where is my little line? There we go. Okay. Watch myself. Make sure that I don't glue this upside down or something. Okay. Aww. That is so stinking cute. Alright, let's check out these cut aparts real quick. The tags and stuff for, like, I'll make, like, a journal card to go in these 2 end pockets. Probably with a tab. And then also here. But I'm going to go through, my bigger cardstock and see what I can find that's coordinating with these colors. And I'll make my own, tags and stuff to go in there. So, oops. Come on. There we go. Why did it not want to come out? So, and you know it. This cute little butterfly right here. I like them bumblebees too. I think that'll be good for the cover though. Yeah, I wanted to craft. I wanted to do something tonight, but I didn't want to start like a big project. And I honestly really didn't know like what little project to do. So I was like, well, I've made plenty of these journal envelopes, or envelope journals. Normally I sew a little signature inside too, which we probably could this one. So I thought, well, this will give me something to craft. It was either that or I was going to go lay down in my recliner and go to sleep, and I just really wasn't ready for a nap. Okay, that is a cute little butterfly. Now, I am going to ink him. Just a little bit. I was thinking right there. But hang on. Because I am a hoarder of stickers. And these I purchased from Renee Bouquet, I think. Actually, I think that's where I got this from. I love these little dots. These were actually a free little gift with my order from Wishful Thinking. There's my bee tool. So definitely gonna have to order some more of these. Or order some, I guess. Excuse me. Oh yeah, that is super cute. And it gives dimension to it. Simple. I like it. Yep, that is perfect. So now I just need some cards and tags to go in here. A cute little closure, tie closure. Isn't that so cute? And it's better than my hand cutting over here, for sure. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate you being here with me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. That is the best way to support me. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and select all so you don't miss any future content from me. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.